Hi there, how you doing? I'm Dani Henderson. Welcome back to my Disclosure of Everything channel. I don't hold back on this little boob tube channel that's very limited. It's kept very small by the boob tube bullies and the boob tube algorithms, but nevertheless, we carry on. Few things to go through today. It is December 28th. Hope those of you that celebrated had a good crimbo. Hope those of you that didn't are okay and just move along there. It's only a day, innit? It's what you make it. Okay, don't stay there. Don't unpack your bags because we're tromping hard into a new year, a 2025, the year of final and full disclosure. It's already happened. It's already started. We had first contact at my last conference. I'm going to come to that in a minute. Before I get there, a couple of things that really piss me off that I'm hoping are going to change this year. Things like this. Hey, what is this? What is this? Hello? Anybody in there? Okay. When did it start happening that the food industry overnight, remember when that happened? The big fat boxes of cereal that we were grazed on, cornflakes and sugar and milk, they suddenly shrank. It didn't really come to much. Nobody really said anything. Bit of a fuss was made here and there. But now it is just ridiculous, right? Because, I mean, oh, I just popped it. Yeah. It is so pathetic. Yeah, look, you put that in a child's bag, even though it's not good for you. And what? Yeah, it's a third, okay? This has to stop. It has to absolutely stop. Things like that. Speak up and speak out, people. Stop worrying about getting sued by the big food companies and any of the other bullies that have monopolized your planet. Find your courage. Do it well. Research, deliver information. Humanity has got to stop being scared of lawsuits and legals and all that nonsense. Because now you've got strike to the music industry and you've got those bollock chops, Jay-Z and Diddy. All right, let's go with one or the other. Well, anyway, not only do you have those numbnuts, one's in prison, one's probably heading that way. And the thing is, it's not just hearsay and gossip at this stage, is it? No, it's actual video evidence. It's witnesses coming forward. It's long term, years and years and years of people screaming, these men are abusive, but they're not the ones in charge. They're not the biggest pimps. They're pimped out by a system that owns everything. I call it the beast system. Now, again, people are going to watch this. Some are going to understand it, some aren't. It's okay. It's okay. It does include all of us, every single person. And don't think you're not involved or connected because you are. You live here on this planet. You breathe here on this planet. You eat food on this planet. You listen to music on this planet. You participate in humanity on this planet. Therefore, you are included in this. And the thing is, we've got to understand at this stage, there isn't a single system, company, medication, thinking, thought, action, musicality, nothing is not connected. Every single thing is connected. And behind it all are the puppet masters of the past, because actually their days are going down the pan. Now, so many things to say. I was just upstairs and I was listening to Vivaldi. I love Vivaldi. The Four Seasons, absolutely stunning. And do you know, every few minutes it is interrupted with a bloody boring advert. And in the last weeks, I've been with a friend who sadly is dying. She had a breast lump and she ignored it. She thought she could heal it herself because she doesn't even wear makeup, perfume. She's always eaten clean and she ignored it. And it's not her fault. She thought she could heal her beautiful body because she's so in touch with it. Unfortunately, it was cancerous and it's gone into her back. And she's failing and falling in front of our eyes. And we're in her final hours right now. And last week or the other day, had the honor of being with her days in a row. I was playing like Schubert's Ave Maria to her, and I was dinging my 528 fork. You know, it's things that the body responds to. It's beautiful, beautiful. And when I was upstairs just now, and I was listening to Vivaldi, and it kept getting interrupted, it was so stressful. I found it really stressful and jarring. And I was thinking, God, if I'd been sitting with my beloved Vianne and listening, and it kept getting interrupted, that would be stressful for her. You know, the person that's leaving the world, that's so unwell, that is absorbing the musicality of the former composers that brought such a beautiful healing modality into this world. Mozart and Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, Bach, Grieg. There's so many of them. Handel, um, and it's so wrong. It's so wrong for a monopoly like BoobTube that is great and amazing and wonderful in so many ways, but it's now enforcing these AI hard. It jars your soul. It jars your nervous system. Things like that. They have to put a limit on it. They can't be controlling us, which is what they have been doing. You, my love, have to be more aware of these things. And you have to know that you have a voice, that you get to say no, you get to say yes, you get to say, oi, boy, hold on a goddamn minute here. Enough of the abuse. We don't have to take it. This is the year for you guys to speak up and speak out. Seriously, seriously. It's like enough now. Enough now. When you understand that the authority that inflicted itself upon you all your life and your parents' lives, your grandparents' lives, your great-grandparents' lives, we're going back about 7 decades, yeah? Of this consistent programming. It's all connected, it's all related. And now the plan is rolling out, the dark plan, to keep us all in a mindset, a numbing, a distraction, a believing that we are worthless, we have no value, and we are led by the AI gods, the whatever, the whatever. It's really behind the scenes a fight between good and evil, between the creator God and Satan, itself, it. Of course, the light wins, doesn't it? Yeah. It's not about a religion, is it? We know that. Yeah. It's not about which gang or which religion wins or proves its God is the blood or the crit or the. I think most of you that are thinking with your own minds, feeling with your own hearts, connecting your love to the creator. I think you know at this point there isn't a specific name. It's the creator that created us all. Yeah, it wasn't about the man-made religions on the planet that are violent and murder and rage and assassinate and kill and harm. If anyone dares to say, not sure about that, not sure that I believe that, we don't deserve the abuse to all of us and from us to others between all the religions. That's not love, is it? Hey, that's not love. That's not love. Now, I want to give you a solution. It's so obvious. I've done it myself. So I changed my car recently. I had a Mini Cooper, but I couldn't get my parents in the back of it, so that was no bloody good. So I got another car that was a bit bigger. And the main reason I got this car is because it has a CD player in it. I kid you not. I could not be happier. A CD player. So there is one HMV store in Sussex that I go to, and I've been buying CDs. Oh, I couldn't be happy. The Eagles, ABBA, Vivaldi, or the Michael Jackson, but oh my gosh, it's been so exciting. And there you are in your car driving along. No interruptions, no DJ's voices, no inane chatter. It's lovely. Then I bought a little CD player, put it in my kitchen. Bing, bang, bong. All the noise is gone. And all you get to do then is focus on. Now, do you remember again when we used to have those little trays in our computers? Little button, out pops the tray, pop in your CD, work away while it's playing, or watch a DVD. Remember the televisions that had them in the side? Yeah. You got to recognize the luxury that was set up, the enjoyment, the convenience of things like that. It was slowly, sneaky, taken away from us. Yeah. Demand it comes back like I did. I have a CD player in my kitchen. I have a CD player in my car. Very happy. Very, very happy. On my terms and balls to the rest. Exactly. Exactamundo. Now, moving along. I wanted to talk about a friend of mine who's got some serious heart issues currently, and refused surgery because he was told that he'd have to have the Bovet job, otherwise they wouldn't do surgery. And all of a sudden they're like, no, we'll do it. Well, a report came out that a lot of asshat surgeons and doctors and nurses took it upon themselves to give the Jabberwocky to unsuspecting people. Woe betide you. Nobody can hide behind it was my job. No, nobody has the right, the single right, to stick anything in a human if the human doesn't want it. Yeah? There's an understanding there to be thought through. So these are the times where you take your power back. Now, I'm going to give you the quickest breathing technique as a long-term therapist. Most of my areas of expertise have been addiction and trauma. I'm going to tell you straight, really, really simple, and teach everyone you know, and tell the teachers at school to do it for themselves, and then teach the children. Our brains, our bodies run on automatic. We come in that way. It's automatic. The heart pumps, the lungs puff, the blood runs, Until you give your brain an instruction, it's just going to carry on doing what it's doing. So generally that means we're breathing in and out at the same rate too. And a lot of us, with all the anxiety that is inflicted on us on the planet, everyone, we tend to breathe up here. Yeah, we're not breathing into the body. We're not oxygenating our blood naturally. We're not taking those long, deep breaths that are all part of staying alive. Has nothing to do with New Age. Stop telling lies. Knock it off. This is about breathing into your own beautiful body and fully oxygenating it without pharmacology. Yes, we can be our own breathers into our own bodies. All righty, Roo? All you do to change the way the body is on constant alert, fight or flight, fight or flight. You want that alert switch. You want the alarm switched off. This is for everybody. Okay, all you do, you breathe in through the nose for 2, out through the mouth for 4. In for the nose for 2, out through the mouth, and try and breathe down into the belly. I put my hand on my belly for 4. That's it. You're welcome. That's 10 grand saved right there in therapy. Yeah, that's an accident that won't happen. That's a good night's sleep you'll now get. Start putting the simple, free techniques into practice. Listen to this. In through the nose for 2. Hand on the belly, out through the mouth, down into the belly for 4. Oh, that feels so good. Better than any hit of weed I ever had years ago. I'm not able to smoke weed or anything like it because, like many of you, my body has become too sensitive. Yeah, it's too sensitive to things. But breathing, if you don't breathe, you're going to die, right? So breathe in for 2 and out for 4. And it is absolutely beautiful. Okay. Also, eliminating stress. Choose who's in your life. You're in charge, yeah? Or learn how to tune them out, okay? There are people that will die because they want to get out of a relationship. There are people that will create dis-ease in their bodies because they don't know how else to leave the relationship, okay? This has happened over and over and over 1,000 times and happens now, and we have to put a focus on it, okay? You don't have to keep suffering and struggling. You don't have to also leave a marriage and be on the streets and be, there are laws, there are protections, get your ducks in a row, as they say. Talk things through. And also, I want to remind you as well, having been a long-term marriage support and therapist for many different people, you got to remember why you fell in love. Why did you fall in love? You fell in love for many reasons that attracted you to your partner. And then perhaps you were the one that then found fault. Perhaps you found fault in the person for the very things that you fell in love with. That happened to me in my marriage. My husband delighted in my outgoingness, my spontaneity, my loudness, my passion, my yelling 1 minute, crying the next about an emotional subject that my humanitarian activism, my passion for my brothers and my sisters across my planet. He delighted in it, delighted in it. And I won the biggest award in the UK for something, it was in recruitment. I was the first person ever to win, and it was great. And then my little light was building and building. And then all the things that he fell in love with and admired, and it started to really annoy him. And I watched it. I watched the disintegration. I watched and felt the pain and the hurt of somebody I loved so much not feeling that way about me anymore, finding fault in the very things that drew him to me and I to him. And I hold my hands up. I'm sure I was guilty of the same thing, you know? I mean, he was always bald. Oh dear. Anyway, I want you to recognize those of you in the long-term relationships always trying to get out the marriage, the relationship, always got one foot out. Why? Like, really look at it. Because in the beginning, there was something there. And guess what? It doesn't die. We just cover it up with bollocks. We cover it up, with trying to control, trying to change. We might get jealous that our partner is the belle of the ball, or when our partner goes into a room, all the women swoon and want to be with him or her. There's many reasons why we as individuals start to look at our beloveds in a slightly different way. So be honest about it. Both of you, be honest. Don't be, yeah, but, no, but, yeah, but he did this, but she did that. So what? So what? I don't mean cheating. I don't mean harming a child. I don't mean physically harming you. Don't be silly. These are very different subjects. I'm talking about a regular reckoning of a marriage, a relationship where you look in and you recognize the when, the why, the how, the things that started to make you want to control them and then want to control you. Yeah. And look at that, because I remember when I was working on QVC years ago, there was a lovely girl there, and she was separated from her husband. They'd known each other from school. They'd been together, God, 25 years, something like that. And they broke up, and it was awful. And she was so miserable, and it was terrible. And she was going off and going out and, doing her thing. And then, like a couple of years later, they got back together. She said to me, Danny, we just found the vibration that we had in the beginning. We just found that spark that was just covered up. We just found, and she couldn't have been more in love. And all the bullshit, all the awful things that happened during that long-term marriage, having children, from school to now, they found that spark again. It wasn't that they just outgrown each other so much they couldn't connect. It wasn't that they had evolved in different ways so much they couldn't come back to that respectful, loving, free, safe place with each other. How lovely is that? They found it. And that's what I'm saying to you. It is possible. It is possible. So as you go into your resolutions, your next few months, few weeks, few days, start taking some time to be really honest with yourself, your beingness in the world, how you react, how you respond, how you treat people, how you treat people. We're very easily going, oh, they did this to me and they did that to me, and we all do it. I've done it on this channel. But it's really time for us to go, hang on, what am I doing? How am I being? What have I decided? Who have I hurt here? And then don't be a victim or a martyr. Come on, that's so annoying. Victims or martyrs. Narcissists are very different. It's easy to spot a narcissist, and a lot of us are recognizing traits. I'll give you one example. I couldn't believe my eyes. Months and months ago, I watched a documentary. I was only like, I flicked through it. I hit the little settings button, and then I go to double the speed. So I haven't got to sit through something that's boring, but I want to get the highlights of it. Just so you know, that's a really good technique. So if I'm doing a broadcast and I'm waffling on, you're like, oh my God, Danny, get to the point. Go to the little wheel, go to playback speed and go down and click two. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, I remember Kim Kardashian was wearing Marilyn Monroe's beautiful golden dress. And I remember thinking, why would you make that a thing? What is that? Why would you want to wear an iconic movie star, an important, image of beauty, which was a full-bodied woman, so many things about Marilyn Monroe that are just naturally enigmatic that a lot of us are drawn to. We're not quite sure why. We don't really know what it is. I've got a giant picture of her in my bathroom. I'm just like, wow, there's something about her, like Princess Diana, whether it's an energy frequency that they held or they hold, or you don't always know, you haven't got the words, but anyway, so this bint comes along, Kardashian, and she makes a big thing, about filming, having her hair dyed blonde and till 3 in the morning, and I'm watching it and going, why do we, Do we care? Why are you making this about you? Why are you wearing this dress on the red carpet that you're actually too big for? Your ass is too big to get into the actual original dress. So she wore the original dress down the red carpet, whatever color the carpet was, but she couldn't do it up because she's too big in the ass. That's just her natural body shape, apparently, and I don't care either way, but that's why she couldn't zip the whole dress up. They were terrified this iconic dress would be damaged, and then she made a replica. Now, to me, all of that is a classic example of a narcissist, somebody thinking their self-importance is so much that they want to leave a legacy. Now, watch how this plays out. What will happen in the future? Because Kardashian made that documentary about herself dyeing her hair, and it looked awful. I thought terrible. I didn't think she pulled it off at all. But anyway, that could be unkind, whatever. I don't really care. I'm trying to make a point on narcissism, and I'm sure she's a very nice girl. But you put yourself out there in that way, it's going to be taken apart psychologically by therapists like me. So I saw that as when we in the future always keep looking at Marilyn Monroe, because Marilyn Monroe's name is always going to be out there on some regard, isn't it? And then a video is going to click and it's going to be that Kardashian video. So she's trying to make sure that her legacy lives on and on and on and on. People think about these things. They think about how can I be in the public eye? How can I be important? And that's what they do. I found that quite ridiculous, pathetic, insane, and sad that somebody would want that much attention. She's never going to see this, but I really don't set out to hurt anyone's feelings. But there's a study to be had on the word narcissist, and I honestly do invite you to properly have a look because nothing Kardashian did would help the legacy and memory of Marilyn Monroe. Not one thing. Not one thing. Enough now. Go mimic someone else. Let me just see again as we're coming into recognizing bad things in the system that have been happening, recognizing traits and personalities that we need to get away from and understand, recognize them in ourselves. Recognize also that if you're not moving your body, you'll become sedentary. Your arteries, your veins will get clogged up. If you do the same thing every day, your body just gets used to it. You've got to change the way that you move. If you're not very stable on your legs, you can't walk about too much. Perhaps you can just lay in bed, lifting your legs, doing similar, easy sit-ups, raising your arms. We have got to be doing something to move the body. Those that can't, okay, I'm not talking to you then. Everybody else, we've got to keep moving these bodies. The planet has been engineered by the wrong people to poison the vessels that we're in, the food, the air, the water, just those three things, those survival things. Don't let people cut down trees either, by the way. They do not know what they're doing unless it's intentional to hurt, to harm, to change the oxygen, etc. That these things are changing now, but you need to put your awareness on it too. And you need to be honest. And you need to start having honest conversations. You need to start being braver. You not need to start being more honest. And if you have a voice and you want your voice heard, then do what I did and just make a channel. Just make a channel. Sit and talk. Just sit and talk. Somebody might hear. A channel popped up on my feed the other day. It had 3 subscribers. I thought, there you go. There you go. That's all it takes. That's all it takes, And somebody with a bigger channel than me might see that and go, oh, that's really interesting. Let me get them on my channel. Let me get them on my channel. And I invite you guys out there with bigger channels, get me on. Get me on your channel when we talk about disclosure and the galactic information. Do you have the courage? Do you? Or are you more worried about your content? Get my friend Elena Danan on. Get Dr. Michael Sala on. Get JP, the Army Insider, on. Get Tony Rodriguez on. Now, I'm going to do another quick video on my friends, on these galactic informers, but I wanted to make sure that we cover the laying on the bed, lifting legs, doing sit-ups, walking, dancing, doing whatever it takes to get you fitter, get your blood flowing. Those of us on the planet that either had these done against our will, had it done because we okayed it, we thought we were being, held in the arms of safety. We come to find out we weren't. And, the more that you move, the less we have blood slowing, clogging, thickening, read between the lines because, we can't all speak like normal people on boob tube. They don't allow it. But believe me, all of the repression and suppression that we've been suffering, it is absolutely coming down. It is absolutely coming down and being stopped. And I'm so excited for all of us. Let's go back to Vivaldi. Get CD players, get a CD player in your car. Ignore and shut out the noise. Ignore and turn off the stress. Breathe in for 2 and out for 4. There are so many subjects that we should be covering, that we must be covering now, and I'm trying to condense in my next few videos. Now, I've got one with my best friend Elena Danan coming out, and it's very much again, it's condensing information to give as many drops as we can to make us think. So it's not just one subject. A lot of us are distracted. I'm distracted. Some people call it ADHD, some people call it autism. Ultimately, everybody is under pressure. Yeah, we should all be looking at what's going on around us. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I think one final thing is choose who's in your life. Please do not attract a dis-ease in your body that's going to take you off the planet because you don't have the courage to get out of a situation that's hurting you because you think the only way that's going to happen is then you're going to get out of a relationship and then be on the streets. There are different things that happen. Sometimes it's just taking that leap, that jump. I've done it. I've done it. It takes courage. Yes, it does. It really does. And you got to work on fixing yourself. People don't want to take care of you forever. You can become a bore for them. It happens. And it's all right. It's not them. Everyone's got their own stuff to get on with. Still, do not think the only way out is to take yourself out. Okay? Stop. Stop. If you're on this planet right now, 9 out of 10 of us here because we came back for love. We came back for humanity. We came back to make sure this planet isn't taken over by the wrong people. And they've tried long and hard and they failed. So now it's safe to step out, step forward, and start pushing back on all the levels and areas that I spoke to you about. I'm going to go. I don't want this to be too long because I've got more subjects to cover in my next little broadcast coming out. We're going to cover the magazine industry, the media, and repressed information. My name is Dani Henderson. I do these videos because I love you. I love humanity. We are so beautiful. We are so valuable. We have so much to offer. We all do, all of us. Some of us were never told that. Well, I'm telling you that. Time to breathe into the body, in for 2. Out for 4. Turn off your fight or flight. Turn off your high adrenal stress situation and start looking in that mirror and respecting the person that looks back at you. Start talking to the inner child inside of you that was harmed and hurt and start being a parent to them. Look at the adult that looks back at you in the mirror and start recognizing that's your best friend and treat that person in that mirror looking at you like your best friend. My name's Dani Henderson. Send you love from my heart to yours, and I'll see you soon.